teasers?
Well, I heard that there was like not a lot of things that we couldn't say, so I'm just sort of like saying everything. But here's the other problem: is I know nothing. So I'm going to tell you everything that I do know, but I don't know much. But I do know that this season there is a new villain in town. There's like a couple new villains. They come in and they sort of they make Klaus look like the good guy. So it's these mysterious vampires, and Cammy gets involved in, of course, because Cammy always manages to get involved, and she doesn't want, exactly, she can't stay out of it. So I think I don't know, like, can I give this away? I think I'm just going to. So she just, she has gotten her degree, and she's kind of being pulled into some weird things that have been happening around the quarter, and it kind of becomes like a forensic psychologist almost. Yeah.
That sounds like an interesting direction.
It's a really cool direction. The first 3 episodes I'm so excited about, and I just feel like this is, Cammy, the first season she went through a lot of traumatic stuff. She lost family, she lost everyone, and she told Marcel, once my uncle dies, I'm gonna be alone. And so then season 2, she attached herself to the Michelson family, I think, in a big way because of the loss of her own family. So obviously she wants to see this family stay intact. And now I think season 3, she realizes very much that, okay, the healing process is the healing process. I need to move on. I need to set boundaries from the Michelson family, from especially Klaus. And within those boundaries, she sort of finds her own place in New Orleans.
Are you happy with the direction it's taking?
So happy. So happy. It's a really cool, it's just, I love the writers so much, and so anything they do, I am such a huge fan of. But this season especially, I just feel like I get to shine in a way that, you can't shine when you're in mourning. So Cammy was in mourning last season, but now she's like found her strength again in a really big way. And it's cool. And she's really finding her place in New Orleans, her role. Yeah. Well, she is going to continue to try to get Klaus to see the error of his ways. And I think, I was just talking to Michael Narducci, who's our brilliant executive producer, and he said, I think Cammy goes to bed at night trying to figure out how she can help save Klaus. And by helping save Klaus, she actually saves the lives of so many people he would go after. And I think he sees in her a darkness. I mean, she saw her brother, her twin brother, a mirror of her, slip into that darkness. And so for her, she's just wondering when she's going to slip into that darkness because she feels like it's in her. And I think he sees that darkness in her, even if she doesn't quite understand it herself. But I think we're going to potentially see that darkness this season from her, and we're going to see Cammy and Klaus's relationship develop in the complicated relationship it is. I don't know if it's, she's admitted feelings, but it's not like a cut and dry, this is a romance story. It's much more complicated and nuanced than that, which I personally prefer.
You said she's going to go a little darker?
I think so. I think there's like some things that might bring out like a darkness in her. And honestly, this is like, I don't know. This is just like, was mentioned, like, the writers are so funny. They're like, we might see a dark side. And I'm like, really? That's so exciting. And then like maybe it never happens and I'm totally wrong. But I do think she has a dark side. I do. I think the reason that she's so drawn to Klaus is because she herself has a dark side and she sees herself in him. And I think she sees herself in the scary parts that she doesn't like about him. She sees the scary parts of herself that she doesn't like about herself potentially. So, whole new side of Cammy this season.